Alright guys, in this video we're going to be talking about two slimy swamp creatures. The first one is Joe. The next one is going to be this person, Neera Tanden. She's another swamp dog. She's got a terrible reputation, and guess what? Joe wants to put her in his administration. And he wants to put her over this department. You see right here where it says OMB? Well, OMB oversees and coordinates the administration, procurement, financial management, information, and regulatory policies. So he's trying to get her into the administration so that she can help him take out Medicare, Social Security, and Medicaid. What a slime ball. Joe Biden wants to take your grandmother's Social Security away from her. And in a second, I'm going to actually play the tape of both of them talking about doing this. And so he wants grandma out there turning tricks at 80 years old because he wants to take all of her safety net away. Let's go look at this slime ball. Okay, now you can see right here. It says that the fact check, Joe Biden has advocated cutting Social Security for 40 years. Now you can see right here, this is Senator Grassley that he tried to do this with. Senator Grassley's a slime ball Republican. Now Joe Biden, he's supposed to be a Democrat, but Joe Biden is not a Democrat. Joe Biden considers himself to be a moderate Republican. Whoa. Ugh. And look, you can see he started this in 84, and as recently as 2018, former Vice President Joe Biden called to cut Social Security in the name of saving the program and balancing the federal budget. Now, I want you to come out here and hear this guy talking about cutting out stuff for the blind people, all types of stuff. I want you to come listen to this slime ball. We're going to play this again because
we have before us the balanced budget amendment, about which many of us have expressed serious reservations, the effects of which are, in both the short and the long term, cannot be predicted with any degree of certainty. We'll hear a good deal of hyperbole on this amendment, promises by those that this is going to cure all, and promises by those, if it passes, that we're going to go to hell in a handbasket and rapidly, and all our liberties will be taken from us. I hope we kind of keep our eye on the ball here and at least have an open mind to the prospect that we can make this amendment better and still have an amendment. I'm sure someone has looked out over the next 15 years and concluded if we stay on the track, even the one predicted by the President of the United States, that we will be providing for an increasingly larger share of every tax dollar just to go to reduce interest on the debt. And to me, that's the driving force behind this amendment. When I introduced the budget freeze years ago, the liberals in my party said, "It's an awful thing you're doing, Joe. You are all the programs we care about. You're freezing them. Money for the blind, the disabled, education, and so on." And my argument then is the one I make now, which is the strongest, most compelling reason to be for this amendment or an amendment, and that is that if we don't do that, all the things I care most about are going to be gone. I mean, whatever happened to that old conservative discipline about paying for what you spend? I'm up for re-election this year, and I'm going to remind everybody what I did at home, which is going to cost me politically. When I argued that we should freeze federal spending, I meant Social Security as well. I meant Medicare and Medicaid. I meant veterans benefits. I meant every single solitary thing in the government. And I not only tried it once, I tried it twice, I tried it a third time, and I tried it a fourth time. Somebody has to tell me in here how we're going to do this hard work without dealing with any of those sacred cows.
Did you hear that, fool? Did you hear him? Now we're going to come over here. Now this is the person that he wants to put over the old people's money. Now come listen to her. She's a real work of art. You got to hear this slime ball in action. Let's hear her now.
Candidates with these governors. And I think that there's other, there are progressive governors like O'Malley and Cuomo who've taken a much more balanced approach on budgets, where they've looked at taxes as well as reforming programs and cutting programs. And so I think that's the approach the American people are supporting.
There's a viewer here who wants you to take us deeper into entitlements by Twitter. Ms. Tanden, do you know what the president means when he says entitlements are on the table? Any specifics and anything you would endorse?
Yeah, I mean, so there are a range of entitlements that, I think when we're talking about entitlements, we're talking about Medicare, Social Security, Medicaid. These are programs that people receive support because of the status that they have. So when after 65, you get funding from Social Security and Medicare. Actually, it's getting older for Social Security. But and you know, the president has $300 billion in his budget in cuts in Medicare. That comes on top of cuts in Medicare from the Affordable Care Act. So he has put specific cuts in the budget already in Medicare, and they had savings in Medicaid in the past. I think the question really is, if we're going to have a deal to address long-term deficit reduction, we need to put both entitlements on the table as well as taxes. It's unfair to ask only middle-class Americans to bear the burden of our deficits. Middle-class Americans actually didn't create the deficits. So I think the challenge is that we should have entitlements on the savings, on the entitlements, and the Center for American Progress has put forward ideas on proposals to reform the beneficiary structure of Social Security. Some of our progressive allies aren't as excited about that as we are, but we've put those ideas on the table. But we think that those are legitimate ideas that need to be put part of a proposal where everyone's at the table. We don't just ask middle class Americans to sacrifice. We ask all Americans, and especially, you know, I think it's not unreasonable to ask the wealthiest Americans to pay simply what they were paying in the Bush years. I mean,
now, that was Neera Tanden when she was in the Obama office, and you already said that they had cuts in it then for Social Security. Now, Joe Biden brings her back to get back into his administration. And you can see this was 2010. She was already doing this, and now Joe Biden wants to bring her back. Now, this time, there won't be an Obama to stop her. And he's going to bring her into his administration, but the Republicans are saying that they're not going to vote for her, which I hope that they don't, because she's a true slime ball. And with Joe Biden actually running the show now, and you can see as close as 2018, he was trying to cut it. What kind of Democrat would try to cut Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare throughout his whole career? Guys, this guy has been tied to all types of low life stuff. I mean, he's had sex scandals. He's a known racist. He's trying to cut Social Security. This guy's a maniac, and everybody thinks, oh, he's just nice old Joe. No, there is many films on Joe Biden being a scumbag and a low life, and I'm gonna put a lot of it on this channel because we are the rebels. We are the renegades, and we do not support Republicans or Democrats because they're both slimy. And you can see that he tried to team with the Republicans to cut it. And Joe Biden right now, he's trying to get Republicans into his administration as we speak. He is a lowlife. No Democrat should be trying to get these people into his cabinet, but Joe Biden. Oh, and Joe Biden has a lot of war criminals, and he has warmongers in his cabinet that he's trying to get in. And Joe Biden also has what else does he have? Oh, and he's got a lot of Wall Street goons in his administration. So he talks about, oh, I have black, I have white, yeah, but you start looking at these black guys and you look at their background, and a lot of them are some of them are from Wall Street, some of them are like the guy he wants over the Department of Defense. He was he was in the military, but he was also on the board of what's the name of that thing? Patheon, the defense contractors. So you can imagine Joe Biden's gonna start a war with this guy in his cabinet. So guys, this is the first video of this channel, and there's gonna be a lot more coming out because I have so much to say about this guy makes me so sick. I can't believe that I voted for him, and I'm upset with myself. So guys, bear with me because we're gonna have a rocky, hard 4 years. And y'all like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I have plenty more coming out because this is not gonna end here, and it's gonna get bad before it gets any better. Thank you, and I'm out.